what is my wife doing right now? All right, so she goes to a doctor, a very expensive doctor, that makes her keep a track of day to day how she's doing with various things. My wife does not do the day to day. She is sitting here cheating on her day to day. She's filling in 25 days, 31 days. Holy shit.
Remember. I'm done.
You don't remember. That's ridiculous. Why do we pay the money for this doctor?
I remember.
Oh my God, we're here, Vicki and Vinnie live.
Hello.
We gotta start calling it Vicki and Vinnie Tuesdays.
Vicki and Vinnie Tuesdays.
Well, we should do lives though. People like the lives.
Right.
We did a couple lives last week. We did one from the Olive Garden in Florida. People enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
It was cold where we were, but it was a great Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving.
It was great.
Today we're drinking mud water.
Yes.
Yet we are about to get Rise.
Rise, yes. I'm very excited. And it's funny because before we even knew about Rise, hello, Peter joining us late, who has a full-on beard now. Wow, it's only been 2 weeks since we
He's
saw
late. Leave him be.
So we didn't know much about Rise, and they reached out to you. And we happen to be speaking with our niece, Anna, who brought up Rise and says how much she loves it. And then you were like, oh my God, they reached out to us for us to sponsor.
Well, I mean,
for us to
try it.
Try it, yeah.
And we're gonna do it head up versus we're gonna go head up and see which one we like better.
Oh, you know what we should do? Blindfold.
Well, that taste. I'm talking about how you feel with the atotropic effects. I just learned that word. And let me say this. I learned about Rise from my girlfriend, Christy Brinkley.
Yes. That's a good girlfriend to have.
It's a good girlfriend to have.
Yeah.
She does the Rise.
Oh, she does it? Mm-hmm.
I saw an ad. Of course, I don't know Christy Brinkley. If I did, I would tell her flat out that I'd be still pissed off at
Billy
Seinfeld.
Joel? Oh,
Seinfeld.
Why Seinfeld?
Because Seinfeld bought Christy Brinkley and Billy Joel's house and then leveled it to rebuild a home. So that's like saying, I'm not going to live in the same home that Christy Brinkley lived in. It's very rude. So anyway, the Rise is on the way.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Tabby's friend's mom that I watch, who's an influencer.
Yes.
She literally, it's a good portion of her day every day, just trying on different outfits and then people can buy them.
And I will not plug a product I don't believe. Like I'm telling you, you hear me rave about my sunglasses. Love my sunglasses.
That's why I just don't understand. I mean, Vinnie went for an audition for QVC years ago and didn't get the job. And I just don't get it. Because if there's somebody that's perfect for QVC or the Home Shopping Network, it's you.
I am. But here's the problem, Home Shopping Network for me. I think those people have to shill stuff they don't like. And I would be like, don't. Here's me on Home Shopping Network with a product I don't like. Yeah, you see this? Go ahead and buy it. This is on you. If you buy it, it's on you. Now, this is the Jeep Fops. I can't. Please blur out the Jeep part because I love my Jeep.
Yeah.
It's your Jeep.
It's my Jeep.
But I would, so I would only show products I like. Anyway, we have a big, big day. Did you enjoy Thanksgiving?
I did. I had a really nice time. We went roller skating. And if you haven't gone roller skating in a long time, try it out again.
I ran
Ran
over a small child.
You did? Oh my God. Vinnie had a collision with a 6-year-old. And I caught the tail end and I just saw like a tumble over and Vinnie trying to grab the kid so the kid didn't get hurt. And I thought that mom was going to beat the shit out of you for a second.
It looked like.
That mom was like, oh, okay.
I'm telling you, I looked like Dick Buckus eating a quarterback. But it was her fault. It was her fault. She went against the grain.
She's 6.
I moved to my right. She moved to her left at the exact same moment. The collision was brutal. I have to say, I leveled her.
You did level.
I leveled her. And when we hit, I saw her eyes. She's going to take you down. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're going to get hurt. She had a big head of hair, thank God.
Right.
Because as try as I grabbed her. Okay, now I'm on roller skates. I'm not, I'm not a great roller skater. And I tried to keep her from falling. And ended up falling on top of her. Her head whacked on the ground.
Oh.
Yeah. Now the mother started giving me some side eye.
She did.
And I'm like, okay, you're the one with the kid skating against the grain.
Again, she's 6.
It doesn't matter.
You're a grown adult. Well, thankfully.
That's when you say as a parent, turn around, sweetheart.
Right. But this also is helpful. It was helpful that my mom had been hanging out with that mom because that mom had been giving my mom advice. Because my mom went roller skating.
She's giving her mother advice? Oh, roller skating.
She was giving my mom roller skating advice, and she was sitting with my mom and talking to my mom. And then Maddie and Tabby and Cassie were playing games with all those kids. So that softened it. Because otherwise, you just look like a creepo that took down her daughter.
I don't think I look like a creep, Vicki. The kid skated into me, and I smashed her.
It was the way you grabbed her and rolled. Yeah.
Okay, the alternative would have been that it would have looked really bad because I would have just mowed her over and kept going. I tried to pick her up,
right,
and then fell forward,
right.
Anyway, but I also injured my knee in that collision.
You seem fine.
That got hurt. Huh?
You seem fine.
I was hurt.
You seem perfectly fine.
I'll tell you the best part of Thanksgiving. I'll tell you my part. The funniest part was the night before Thanksgiving.
Right.
We ate at Dick's Last Resort.
Yes.
Panama City Beach. I don't know if you've ever eaten there. Dick's Last Resort is so much fun. That was my first time there. And the waitresses abuse you.
Yes.
And they're rude. And by design. And my favorite part was when your brother.
He still got his game.
He's still got his game. Your brother, much to your mother's horror, invited the waitress and her 3 children to Thanksgiving dinner at his mother's house.
Yeah.
And the girl's like, I can't. He's like, nah, come on, bring them. And the girl's going, well, my kids will tear your house apart. He goes, it doesn't matter. And your mother's face, ha, ha. Oh, it was funny.
Oh, yeah, because, to be honest with you, she didn't like other little children besides our kids and my brother's kids.
Yeah, she's not a sweet little old lady.
No. I love you, Mom. But, she has...
These kids ought to be, really, I'm trying to have a nice meal. And these kids...
Yeah, and the waitress's kids were 2, 4, and 6.
2, 4, and 6.
Right. So we were cracking up about my brother.
But the funny part is that for whatever reason, your brother has been a women magnet.
He really is.
I mean, he has had more girlfriends than Hugh Hefner. It is incredible. And on paper.
And when he's with somebody else, he still gets hit on.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. And he doesn't do a lot to dissuade that.
No.
But it cracked me up because your mother, I swear to God, and then the next day at Thanksgiving, your mother confirmed. Well, I would have just been, really, Wayne, she was upset.
I know. It was very funny. So I wanted to get into some of these stories that
let's do it.
That we'll end.
Top story.
Okay.
Top story.
I was gonna wear my Michigan shirt.
Yeah, I don't know. I have not taken Michigan gear off.
Yeah.
It's. I go to the gym. There's a bunch of Ohio State people at the gym. Phil Petrilla's at the gym. And yesterday I put on a T-shirt, my this, and my cup. And I had the cup M backward. So I see Phil, he's up on the Stairmaster. He's working hard. I can feel you need some water. And I took the cup and I turned the M towards him. And it's so funny because he goes,
That was a great game.
What a
game. And so, I'm in a couple Michigan Facebook groups, and I want to give the head coach of Ohio State, what's his name?
Well, it used to be Ryan Day.
Oh.
He's going to get fired.
All right.
They shouldn't fire him, by the way. Leave him there so Michigan can win every year.
Yeah. So, Harbaugh went to go see that young man that got hurt. Zinter is his last name? Zitner. And there was a picture of Harbaugh and Zitner and his parents in the hospital. But then somebody else wrote, what you don't see is that Ryan Day also visited that kid.
Is that right?
Yes, he did. With his parents to check on the kid to make sure the kid was okay.
Let me tell you something about Ryan Day. All kidding aside. Number one, that's an amazing team.
Yeah.
It's an amazing team.
It really is an amazing team.
And Ryan Day is a pretty measured guy. He said a couple things that bothered me, but that's not unusual. And the Ohio State fans calling for him to get fired are ridiculous.
They are ridiculous.
The guy's 57-6, Peter, or 56-7. His record is incredible. And his losses. All right, now the 3 Michigan losses, people put a lot of weight on the Michigan losses. Listen, that's an ebb and flow. Ohio State beat Michigan 8 games in a row, I believe, prior to this.
Right.
All right. But they were calling for Harbaugh. They wanted Harbaugh to be fired. And these fan bases, and I'm a big Michigan fan, but I have to give Ohio State its due. Ohio State is a significant football program.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan Day is an unbelievably well-mannered, articulate, passionate coach.
Yeah.
And I don't think they should fire him. I think the Ohio State fans have to say, hey, you've gotten us in a bowl game every year as head coach, every year. 2 college football bowl appearances. And next year, this team would be in the playoffs.
Well,
they might be in this year.
I said that first game that Michigan won without Harbaugh. What was that, Penn State?
Well, the first game earlier in the year was against.
No. The last suspension.
The last suspension, and that's hard to say it that way, but yes, the last suspension. It was Penn State today.
Right, Penn State. And what I said is, you essentially just said to all the Michigan players and to coach. His name is escaping me.
Day.
No, the one that stepped up.
Jesus.
He's so fan.
Not Sherrod. Oh my God, Moore.
Coach Moore. You essentially just said to them, you just gave them all the ammo they need because already Michigan is a second half team to begin with.
Yes.
Like
Michigan.
they come back in the second half like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And it seems that their place of comfort is underdogs coming out.
Yeah.
And so you gave them all the ammo by suspending Harbaugh because they were like, you know what? Bring it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And, the people, I'm going to say something. My final words on the suspension and everything else. All right. And number one, the commissioner of the Big Ten has to go because he took a punitive action without all the cards on the table. That's number one. Number two, this notion that if something happens, it goes right to the top, right to the top, right to the top. That's not always true. Now, if you can link Harbaugh and Harbaugh knew, you got to have a penalty.
Well, they said that in the other Southern, what is the other league?
Well, there's a lot of leagues, huh?
No, the ones that like Georgia plays in.
The SEC?
I don't know. Whatever. Because you always have sports news on.
Who's saying it? That you don't even know what they're saying.
No, because the sports announcers had said if it happened in the other league that Georgia was in.
The SEC.
Yeah, and some of the other big Alabama.
SEC.
Yep. That they would have been like, whatever.
Yeah.
They would have not been so crazy.
Here's the problem. Here's the issue. People keep saying, oh, it's an unfair advantage, unfair advantage. How is it an unfair advantage if stealing signs is legal? How you got them? How is that the differentiate? Now, there's a lot of talk that Ohio State, Rutgers, and Penn State shared Michigan's signs. Now, that may not be against the rules, but certainly that's against the moral compass.
Yeah.
End all this. The NCAA needs to act and put communications in the helmets.
Right.
What is the issue? Go to Radio Shack and fix the problem.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you talking about?
No, I agree. I agree. Before we move on though, to the next story, we can put a camera on Noah and Peter, right? Because normally I razz Noah as being like an adult 5-year-old.
Yeah, he looks very preppy.
But today, Noah looks like a grown adult.
Well.
And Peter looks like a 7-year-old that rolled out of bed for work.
Peter looks like the people that were trying to clear off the streets in New Brunswick.
He does. Okay. He does.
I should be out front with a sign, please help.
Yeah.
Like,
he does. He's a mess today. So I want to talk about this story and then actually...
I know.
You're going to have to fly solo because I can't be late.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you do. You got the... Yeah. And this doctor's appointment is important, as we saw, as you altered your documents, like...
Whatever.
Like an Argentinian Nazi.
So, in Disney World and Disneyland, people are going to the bathroom in the line.
Yes, that's because people have become animals. And we need to, I have said this week after week, we need mental institutions, we need them now, and I need to be the one that decides who goes in and who stays out.
Well, first of all, people going to the bathroom line is just disgusting. But I think that part of it could be I'm also in a lot of Disney World Facebook groups, and people are always up in arms if somebody leaves the line to go to the bathroom and comes back. There have been fights where somebody will be like, I have to go to the bathroom. My children have to go to the bathroom. And another family is like, well, you're not getting back in.
Well,
and which
again,
is crazy.
all those groups, okay, the ones that say you can't come back in, mental institution.
Yeah.
The ones that crap online, mental institution.
Yeah.
Mental institution.
But could you imagine? I mean, you've been in those lines. There's nowhere private to go.
Right.
So what are you going to the bathroom in front of other people? Like,
right.
Have you lost all sensibility?
It's insanity. And I think what has to happen, all right, now I can fix this problem. Of course, it's a problem. It's a problem the world faces. All I need is a little bit of time to ruminate on it, and I'll be able to fix it. All right. But there has to be a way for Disney to either build bathrooms, which would be too expensive, and you can't have the space for it. You haven't allocated space for it. Or there has to be a simple line relief, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay. However you have to do it, whether it's, I'll give you a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Text, I'm going to shit myself to this number. Okay. Okay. To a number, and then at Disney, they come and get you.
Yeah, that'd probably be good. That would be good.
Wouldn't be hard. This is fixable. But if you are the type of animal that goes to the bathroom online, you should be beaten and then where, Vicki? To the mental institution. Okay? You can't go to the bathroom online. And this, now did you hear about this at Disney? A streaker, it's a small world.
That's terrible. Okay. That's terrible. He should be dragged out. Just dragged out. There's children there.
What?
He should be dragged out. There's children there. That's terrible. Oh,
dragged out. They dragged him out, right? Okay, did they beat him senseless?
I hope.
No, they didn't. You know what they did? He identifies as a nude. Let me tell you something. This individual needs to be beaten and shipped where? To the mental institution. But seriously, you need to go. Don't you think we need mental institutions?
We need something. People are out of control. It's my right. It's my right. It's not your right to poop on It's a Small World. It's not your right to be naked.
Right.
Like, it's just not right.
And here's the thing. Okay. There will be young people. Young people will protest in favor of this behavior. They will get up and say, whatever they say. Young people need to be shipped to mental institutions in droves. Droves. We should be emptying a lot of these universities. Yeah, your SAT score is high, but so is your crazy factor.
Yeah.
You have a crazy factor at 12, off you go. Off you go.
12 is a little young, hon.
No, I'm saying you're on a scale. I'm saying on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, I see.
If your crazy factor is a 12,
you
don't get to play.
No.
Where is this notion that everybody's okay and everyone gets to live in the sandbox? No, you don't.
No, I agree. But the Peter also has down here about the man that jumped into the World Showcase Lagoon at Epcot as part of a $60,000 bet. First of all, he's hanging out with some serious high rollers. So first of all, it's so stupid because when that poor boy got killed by the alligator years ago at the Grand Floridian,
yes, Disney
has come out and said, where there's water, there's alligators. So first of all, even for $60,000, it's a dumb thing to do. But I still don't think that's on the same level of people going to the bathroom or being naked at Disney.
I agree with you. But I think, again, now I could solve this problem. Okay, all you need to do, and this is so simple, all you need to do is electrify the water at the okay, all right. Ruth did it in Ozarks. Ruth electrified the water and bumped off her uncle.
Oh, but it was so quick that she did that. You have to always be there with somebody ready to electrify.
If you put Ruth at the Epcot Lagoon with just 2 jumper cables, Dad, and she could spark them right in front of you. Yeah. I'm telling you something right now. We are at a point in society where we legitimately need hardcore but humane treatment of people. I don't think that it's just that we see more crazy. I think there is more crazy. And I think social media, like this guy for 60 grand, okay?
Mhm.
You know there was a social media bet. This other asshole getting naked, and it's a small world, all right? First of all, I will bet you anything
Mhm.
that guy got off on the fact that he's national news. That's why he did it, all
Yeah.
right? You see people getting on buses. I'm telling you something right now.
Social media is out of control. I really do think that.
More
It's
than ever,
it's
I wanna buy
promoting bad behavior.
It is. I want to buy a gigantic plot of land in North Dakota,
Mhm.
huge, huge, with no fence around it. I want to sit in the center of that land on a swivel chair with a shotgun and just leave me alone.
I just want everyone to know it's not the first time I've heard this. I've heard this for years. So it's one of the reasons why Vinny doesn't want to move from where we are, because we don't have any real close neighbors.
Yeah.
And
You want a house in Naples, and
Mhm.
I want a house in the Tennessee mountains,
Mhm.
or in the West Virginia, but it's too cold in the winter. You would want warmer. Maybe the Georgia mountains,
Mhm.
where it's cold but not crazy cold. I want to be away. I love people at the club. I love being around people, saying hi to people. The minute they start shitting in line, I'm like, I gotta get away. I gotta get away.
Right. But I do say I actually was just talking to Irene about this. I was saying that you are so friendly and outgoing at the club and at the restaurant and in so many other areas of your life that by the time you get home, you're just like, shut it down.
Yeah.
Shut it down. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not texting anybody.
And this is the thing too.
Like if you could have like an automatic wall that would go up around our house, you'd be perfectly happy around our property.
I wanted a gate the whole time.
Yeah, I know you do.
So you would say I'm outgoing, I'm friendly, right?
Yeah.
And yet it bothers me. More women hit on your brother. I get zero action. Zero. I think I must scare women. That must be it.
That's it. That's it. So, all right, I gotta go. I'm at my final.
Do one more time?
No, I can't. I'm already gonna be late.
Okay, listen, it was a fun, fast podcast.
Yeah, and you, my friend, cannot be late. You have to be in the car in 8 minutes.
8 minutes. What time is the appointment?
11:30, and they got you in, so don't be late.
Oh my God, they didn't get me in. They got
you in.
They got me in. All right, so listen.
Bye.
Okay, so this is me signing off. Thank you so much for coming in here, and we love you guys as always. Keep tuning in, keep spreading the word. If you wouldn't mind sharing the video, that would make me very, very happy. Follow on TikTok and Instagram, on Grindr, on Truth Social. What else are we on? Getter. We're on everything. I don't have an OnlyFans. That's the only thing I don't have. Not yet. Yeah, not yet. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much.